How do you hear me?
Hear you loud and clear.
All right. Got you loud and clear as well.
Radio's set ATIS. I had our ATIS written down, but...
Okay, ATIS, 135.075. It's on the number 1 radio.
Mm-hmm.
So, monitor, we...
122.4. Nelco Tower will resume operations at 0800 local.
Northern Colorado Regional Airport. Automated weather observation. 1347. Zulu. Wind 100 at 04. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 10 Celsius. Dew point 05 Celsius. Altimeter 2984. Remarks. Density altitude 5,700.
Nelco Tower.
Okay.
And we're ready to...
Brake and brake. We need to call for taxi to 33, right?
No, so that was not ATIS, that was
Right.
AWAS.
Okay.
So since the tower's not in operation, so that's just an automatic broadcast.
Okay.
Now, come back, we'll get the ATIS. And so we're without a tower, we're operating on the C frequency instead of ground. And we just announce our taxi. So it's all pilot self-coordinated.
Okay.
NOCA traffic, Skyhawk 98059, taxi from leading edge to runway 33 via Delta Alpha 1. NOCA.
NOCA traffic, Ames College 131, departing runway 33. We're departing in the east today. NOCA
Okay.
traffic.
So just on the pull out.
NOCA traffic, Skyhawk 1034.
Go ahead and pull out, we'll check the brakes, and we'll also check the emergency brake here. Okay.
Again?
Yep. Okay, slows us down. So rudder pedals.
Yep, well, there we go.
And NOCA traffic.
Wow, that's aggressive.
Uniform is holding short 33.
Oh, I keep forgetting. Why am I steering?
Yeah, the yoke doesn't do any good for that here.
Right. And we're going to...
We're going to the left here.
A-firm. Checking traffic, braking. Getting left. Power. Much easier to keep this thing on center line with a nose wheel, huh?
It is in.
A little more power, or are we good at this speed?
This is good.
Uniform,
And we'll
33 to the east.
going uphill a little bit here shortly. You probably pull the power back to 1,000 or less. And then as we approach the
Pull off area.
we'll do some brakes, slow down for the turn.
Yep. Still getting used to toe brakes.
It does take some getting used to.
Yep, even after simulator time. We got a run-up area over there?
Yes.
Not here, we're going over there.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It'll be interesting with the nose wheel for takeoff.
Yeah.
That's kinda,
Once you get, it tracks pretty straight, so
Yeah.
it's not.
And
So what
then-
we'll do is we'll just follow the taxi line out here.
Out there, come
we'll
around.
Come back around.
Okay.
If it was empty, we'd just take a shortcut, turn right in there,
right.
and take that first slot.
NOCA traffic, Skylane 8698 Tango's, taxiway Delta for 3 weeks.
Stupid brain with the steering wheel.
Okay.
And then begin right turn.
Yep.
Line up with him, kind of.
Yeah, we'll bring it in. Okay. Start your turn to the right here. There, let me in.
Yep, good.
Just, we want to make sure we keep our wingtip clearance here.
Yep, of course.
Okay, so the parking brake is set, so we'll keep an eye on that as we run it up and make sure that it doesn't cut loose on us, but that should hold us.
Brakes hold, throttle 8 to 10, we're sitting at 10, flight instruments, time.
So here's your airspeed. I just go around the circle, so we're at 0, which is what we want.
Yep.
We've got an even horizon on the attitude indicator. And let's we didn't set the altimeter, so that was 2984.
And then I set that over here. 2984.
2984.
Okay, so 29 right about. Sorry.
Okay. Oh. So, see, this is 299.
Oh, I see. I was.
And then there's 298, and right about.
That's sitting right on. Oh yeah.
Right.
I see.
Right there.
And
then we cross-check it, and we're just at 5,000 or above. So this end of the runway tends to be, depending on the altimeter setting the pressure, at 5,000 or above. On the other end, we're usually below 5,000. So, and that's the runway slopes down that way. Okay. We come to the vertical speed is 0. It's just slightly on the high side there. We just note that. If it was significantly off, we would note that as a reference for any maneuvering. Again, we're here to 230, and that checks. And we've got even wings, and the ball looks like it's pretty well centered there.
All right. Trim set for takeoff, which...
Well, we'll just leave it right where it is right now, and we'll
traffic sky
look for that in the
circuit breakers checked again.
Northeast NOCO.
And fuel selector again, fullest tank, throttle.
Okay, just go ahead and swap that over.
Skylane 869.
Pull it back there into the left tank.
Right there.
Runway 33.
Throttle to 2,000 and lean to peak RPM at X.
Okay.
NOCO traffic sky 20749 is taking runway 33 to the northeast NOCO.
Okay, no, so you pull it back.
Oh, back?
Yeah, and watch the RPM. You're just going to watch for it to start dropping from 2,000.
There's the drop.
And then it has you go forward half the way, roughly where the X is.
Okay. Carb heat on for 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4,
and
5.
we notice about 100 RPM drop.
Yep. Magnetos.
So two clicks to the left.
Oh, crap. That's not a good thing, is it?
No, it comes right back on.
Yep.
So, we got about 100.
Yep.
So you want to be careful on that. Just easy clicks to the left so you don't turn it off. Okay, 2 clicks back to the right.
NOCO traffic.
On both. And now go 1 click to the left. And again, a drop of about 100. That's good.
Back
and
to both.
And back to both. Okay.
Okay. Engine instruments verify green. Vacuum equals 5.
Okay, the vacuum is over here. We're up at 5. We got oil pressure, fuel pressure, oil temperature is coming into the green. So we're in good shape.
And then idle, then 1,000 RPM.
Yep.
Right around there. Radio's nav set. Transponder 1200.
And we got altitude reporting.
Transponder altitude lights as required. Do we need the landing light for birds technically? No. So we're going to take off to the north and then make a right out to our practice area. Fuel pump on, flap 0, throttle at 2,400 RPM, rotate at 60 or so, and climb at 85.
So we'll turn the fuel pump on.
Yep. Put this here for easy access.
And when we're ready, just pull out on that handle. That'll release the latch.
Okay.
And we'll be ready to taxi.
Put a little bit of power, checking clear.
We'll just come up here and we'll hold short of the line.
Hold short line, A-firm.
And we'll listen. I don't hear anybody in the pattern. It sounds like everybody has departed. So we will go ahead and stop, and then we'll make the call. Stop right. NOCO traffic's Cherokee 98059, taking off runway 33, northeast departure. NOCO. Okay, pull out on the runway.
Here we go.
NOCO traffic, Skylane 8690 Tango is turning left southland for runway 33. NOCO.
Just follow my line.
Yep, and line up on the center line of the runway.
Yep. Push, push, push. Right there on center line.
Yeah, I just do a quick check of my instruments, make sure they're indicating right, and go full throttle.
Full throttle. Rudders. Oop, trying to stay on center line here.
Okay, bring the yoke back just about right there.
Okay.
We'll just hold it right there for right now.
Oop.
So there's about 40.
45. There's 50.
Okay, start adding just a little bit more back pressure.
60. Oh, there we go. And we're off.
Yep.
NOCO traffic,
Feet down to the floor.
Yep. Keep your feet on the rudders.
Yep.
Right rudder.
Right rudder?
Yes.
Yep. So
compensate for the torque.
Yep. Trying to stay on center line.
Okay.
Not the easiest thing. Climbing at 250. If you want to take over at any point, just let me know.
No, we're good. Just
trying to stay on runway heading.
Yeah. Okay, you can back off on the right rudder just a little bit.
Yep, I'm not on that any actually.
Oh, okay.
We're coming up 500 feet per minute.
Okay, we're looking to hold 85, so we're between 85 and 90 right now. Actually, we're
coming up on, about 90.
So actually, this is about a good climb pitch right here.
Yep.
So the nose roughly on the horizon. So a little bit higher.
And NOCO traffic, Skylane.
Definitely a different feeling than the Cessna. Oh my God.
Does it?
Yeah. I mean, low wing, you have a different aerodynamic everything.
So we'll climb up to 5,700 right here,
yep.
And then we'll initiate our right-hand turn.
You want me to announce the turn when I hit?
No.
Okay.
0800 local NOCO tower is now open. Bicycle surface area is in effect. ATIS information. Alpha's current.
Compared to last time, I'm going left.
Skylane 90 Tango is turning final for runway 33. That's 8698 Tango, 182 slant.
Beginning right turn.
On short final 33, touch and go, close traffic.
Skylane 90 Tango, roger.
This thing is responsive, I'll say.
98 Tango 33, clear touch and go.
NOCO Towers, Cherokee 98059 is upwind in the right-hand turn to northeast departing.
Cherokee 059, roger.
All right. So the tower just came active.
7,000 proceeding.
So they're just getting build a picture.
Yep, of what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's just head for this lake right here.
Yep.
There's a peninsula out there that juts into the lake. We'll head for that. We'll climb to 7,500 feet. And we can turn the fuel pump off.
Okay.
So in the climb out, check our flaps. We didn't have any flaps in, but check them, and then we were back to 0 flaps. Fuel pump off. Monitoring our engine instruments, working the throttle.
2,400 RPM.
Yeah.
I'm banking a little right, a little more than I'd like. This thing is that rear elevator is extremely responsive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everything. I'm trying. She does not want to go left. She wants to stay right, but
98 Tango, where you
wind's coming off the mountain, I assume.
98 Tango is going to the county hangars.
Roger, I'm not familiar with where that's at. You can text me via Charlie or Alpha Bravo, your discretion.
I don't mind the low wing.
98 Tango.
How does that, is that feel any better on the rudders, the directional control?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it off a little bit?
Somebody had adjusted the rudder trim.
Ground for
Probably the guy last night flying. Coming up on 6,500. Oop.
Is 810 right there, runway 1,
bouncing around.
33, taxi V, runway 6, Alpha, confirm you have ATIS information, Alpha.
I can see why Cessnas feel more stable, but we also have winds and turbulence to account for.
So, as we get up to this lake, let's just turn to the northwest and see that lake off your...
Bigger one right there?
The bigger one up there,
yep,
up north. And we'll go up and we'll work area Charlie 1.
All right. Turn coordinator's bouncing a little bit.
NOCO Tower, Cherokee 98059 is 4 miles to the northeast.
Cherokee 059, Roger.
Once I get to the lake, make the left?
Yep.
Okay.
So what I would say is put that peninsula off your left side so you can see it.
Yep.
And then as we get there, and again, this is just my technique. I think it's useful and important to always have a plan.
Yes.
Fly to a point, make sure you fly to it, fly to your next point.
Point-to-point flying.
Yeah.
Most of our Cessna Sundays are direct flying, with a little bit, a lot of it's mountainous, but you're virtual. What's it matter?
So it's one of the things you get tested on in your check ride is navigation. You do a flight plan and navigation legs, and so I think it's, in my opinion, it's just good practice to get in the habit of, whether you do all the flight planning and everything like that, but get in the habit of having a plan, get somewhere, and follow that. So I think where we probably worked last time was Bravo 1. I don't remember for sure.
I think you're
so
correct.
it's between this lake over here and that lake, and then to the northeast.
325 Sierra Papa, NOCO ground, runway 33, taxi via Delta Alpha.
Somebody else is working that area right now.
Okay.
Or they were. If they're still there. And we've got another one of our planes working Alpha 1, so we'll go up to Charlie 1.
Okay.
Which is beyond that big lake there.
I guarantee you my wife's tracking me again. She's not the happiest person about this idea. I'm like...
Oh, really?
Yeah. Especially after the crash just the other day. That definitely freaked her. I'm like, but something like that, if you take care of your stuff, rare. Extremely rare.
Yeah, the materials and all that seem to have made significant improvements, and the procedures, maintenance, all that seem to have improved a lot over the years, so there's less chance of that.
Unfortunately, all of those procedures were made because of accidents.
in most cases, yes.
Yes. Oof.
So as we progress in training, one of the things we'll be looking at is emergency procedures. So we'd be practicing a precautionary, or actually an emergency landing off-field.
Yep.
So one of the things to think about as you're flying along in a single-engine plane is, if something were to happen here,
where do you go?
Where would I land right now?
Yep. I've been watching for fields the whole time.
Okay.
Fields. Good-looking fields.
we have no shortage of...
Oh my God! Wow.
Okay. Feeling some wind?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Blowing me around. No biggie. Use a little bit of rudder, and that may actually assist with the control. Where are we at? 7,400. Oh yeah. We knew there would be.
Yep, we're getting some of that effect. It's not bad so far. It's just kind of wavy.
Yep. Definitely wavy.
So we're at 7,500, so let's pull the throttle back to about 2,300.
Fine. Ooh.
About right there. Let's see what that gives us. See if that gives us good. Let me take the airplane.
Yep.
I just want to see what this trim is doing here.
All yours. Them down?
Down pretty good, holy cow.
Yeah.
All right, that's... Oh, and the thing is moving now. Interesting.
Of course.
Huh.
What the?
Okay. All right, your airplane.
My airplane?
Yeah, let's head toward the lake. I got us
You're good.
drifted a little bit.
Checking instruments. So with this plane, do you still want to use rudder for adverse yaw?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, so it's the same situation. We've got the single engine, single propeller. Both the engine spinning and the propeller spinning are creating torque that pulls us to the right, or it actually pulls us to the left. It's the reaction to the torque, to the spinning. Al Canyon traffic, Cherokee 98059 will be working in practice area Charlie 1 for the next 30 minutes. Al Canyon traffic.
Cherokee 059, you're still on Knuckle Tower.
Thanks. Al Canyon traffic, Cherokee 98059 will be working practice area Charlie 1 for the next 30 minutes. Al Canyon traffic. Oh, I set the frequency and forgot to change it.
Yeah, definitely getting blown around.
So in turbulent air, one of the things the main guidance is to maintain what they call turbulence penetration airspeed, what we think of as maneuvering airspeed. So we're going to be below 129 miles an hour all day. So even if we got some severe turbulence or something like that, we would be as protected as we could be in this plane in terms of that. Other than that, try to maintain wings level flight as much as possible. You don't worry about altitude or directional control as much. Just try to keep the wings level and moving.
He's all over. But definitely turbulent.
Okay, well, like you said, it's good exposure. It's not bad.
No.
So it's a good, nice exposure for you today.
It's like a speed bump in a car, realistically. It's not as bad as it feels.
Yeah. So we've got a tower just to the right side of this road over here, so we'll be cognizant of that. We shouldn't be down at an altitude today where we're going to be worried about that. But we'll got this other road here coming up, going up to the north. Let's
follow that one.
Just follow that one. So what we'll do is as we approach that road, let's do a clearing turn to the right and then a clearing turn to the left, and then we'll pick up that road to the north.
And a clearing turn, you're talking full 360?
No, we'll just do 90 degrees to the right and then
90 to the left. Check our sides.
Yep. And we do our cruise check. So our throttle, 22 to 2600, we're there. Trim, we're working that. Mixture, we're going to leave the mixture where it is. If we were climbing up higher and going for a longer cruise,
then
we would lean it out and try to maximize the efficiency, fuel efficiency, as well as lean it out so you don't carbon up the spark plugs, things like that. So our fuel pump is off. And fuel tanks. Let's go ahead, turn the fuel pump on. So in the air, we'll turn the fuel pump on as a backup, and then change the tank to the other side. And then turn the fuel pump off. And we'll be good to go for the next 20, 30 minutes. And that's our cruise check. All right, let's go ahead and do clearing turns.
Clearing to the right. A little different in this for the 30 degrees compared to the...
This is an agile little plane. It's really quite responsive. It's more responsive than the Cherokee A180 that I did a lot of my training in.
About 90, I'd say somewhere around there.
Yep. And looks clear. I don't see any traffic.
Going left.
Let's just come all the way back to west, and then we'll pick up our road and align with our road. And we'll use our road as a reference for the steep turns.
Right. Are we talking 45 degrees on our steep?
Steep turns are defined as anything over 30 degrees.
Okay.
So 45 degrees is typically what we train to. So anything over 30 that is comfortable for you will be fine.
Okay.
And what you want to do is, when you set your angle of bank, is pick a reference, try to find a reference. So we've got those screws, and we've got those hinge lines, and those are pretty useful references to, if one of those lines up on the horizon at your desired bank angle, okay, let's start to turn to the right, and we'll pick up our road.
Yeah, it definitely feels one heck of an agile plane. Oh my God. It just wants to go.
Yeah.
You tell it to go, it's off.
And so when you figure out what's a good reference, then you just set that point on the horizon and drag it right across the horizon, and that should keep you level. The two things we're looking for in a steep turn is level altitude, and so it's
a little more throttle for the turn.
Yeah, we'll look at trying to hold 90 knots. I'm sorry, 90 miles an hour.
Yep.
And 7,300. Okay, so we'll clear. Look left, look right. Don't see anything. It looks like we're pretty clear. So, which way do you want to turn first?
Good old scary left.
Okay.
All right.
So left, but we'll put the throttle up to about 2450.
Okay.
That worked pretty good for us yesterday. And a little bit of left rudder, and initiate your turn. So we're at 7,400. We'll try to hold 7,400.
Is that about a good, what do you think, 40?
That's 30.
That's 30,
so that reference line there.
Ah, so you go a little steeper.
Yeah, so halfway between that line and the next one is 45 degrees.
We're still at 30, aren't we?
Yeah.
Trying to get over, I see.
And you probably had to have it just, okay, the rudder's looking good right now. Your nose is dropping, so more back pressure. So if you notice that, you can roll out a bank a little bit, more back pressure, and then you can roll back into the bank. So keep coming around to the north.
Yep.
And what we're looking for is about 20 to 30 degrees off of our cardinal heading, and we'll start easing off on the turn and the throttle. So we're coming around to north, so we'll bring it back to about 2,300. And
get these put on. The sun kind of hit me with them.
All right, and so we rolled out, and there's 7,400, which is where we started. So we dipped it a little bit low and came back to it. That's good. That's a nice correction. Okay, we'll clear to the right, and we'll turn to the right.
All right.
And typically you need a little less throttle to the right, so we'll look at 2,400 to see what that gives us.
Coming up on about 45. Oh, wow. Dang. That's an aggressive turn.
Looking out and trying to find a visual reference, so you build that picture so you can roll right into it and set that just by looking out the front. A little bit of a climb. So, especially on the right-hand turns, we're pretty well centered on the ball there, so don't really need more right rudder right now. But a little bit more aileron will give you more bank, and that nose will come back down a little bit. But do it nice and stable. That's good. Okay, and starting our rollout, we'll pull the throttle back just a little bit.
Very nice.
Okay.
The right turn feels a lot nicer.
All right. Interesting. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn around the other direction.
Okay.
Just do a 180.
Yep. 180 to the left. Coming up. Going to do a little bit of a steep turn. Get comfortable with that left.
So, and we'll bump the throttle up since we're doing that.
I'm not comfortable yet with two hands off yet with this one. The Cessna, for some reason, perfectly comfortable.
Okay, let's roll out here.
Yeah? Towards the mountains a bit?
Yeah, this will be good, yep. I'm just playing around here a little bit.
You're good.
All right. So do you remember slow flight at all?
A little bit. Yeah, sluggish plane.
Okay.
Keeping the nose up, pulling back as needed.
All right, let's, so we'll pull the throttle back to, we'll pull it back to about 1700.
A-front.
Now the goal is to keep level flight.
A-front.
I'm going to crank nose up trim about 3 turns.
Okay.
That'll probably help on the stick, on the yoke pressure. But what we're going to look for is we're going to look for the stall light. Okay, we just got the stall light.
Yep.
That's right at about 80, so we're going to bump this up. We'll bump it up to 2,000 right now.
Okay.
Trying to hold altitude.
Yep.
73. Let's hold 7,300, and let's aim for speed of 85 to 90.
All right.
That's
more power. Yeah.
So on this, you just add power as needed. Again,
right.
The 2 critical elements you're looking to maintain are your airspeed and your altitude.
Yep.
So you want to fly level, and you want to fly at a designated airspeed. So we're at 85, and we'll get up to 90,
yep.
So we'll pull it back. Oh, I got that up to 2,200. We'll try about 2050.
And losing a bit of altitude.
Okay, let's put a little bit more nose-up trim in. That might help to fight that. We'll get a little bit more throttle because we are in a sink right here.
Yep.
So a little more back pressure on the yoke.
Yep. Nose is up.
And we're getting a little close to our stall indicator airspeed, so we want to... So you want to set a speed, 5 knots above where that light comes on, and then a 5-knot band above that. So we're looking for, again, 85 to 90, and we're in there now, and we're at least flying level. Okay, let's give me a little bit of a left-hand turn, just about 5 degrees of bank. I'm going to give you a little bit of bump and throttle.
Okay, about there?
About right there. So again, we want to retain our altitude.
Yep.
And okay, why don't we roll out right here?
Okay.
Now I'm going to give you 20 degrees of flaps, or 25 degrees of flaps.
Oh wow. Okay. And I'm going to ask about letting cool air in here in a minute, because it is getting a toasty one.
All right. So bump our speed. Okay, now.
Down to about 75.
75, so 80 to 85 if we can on the speed. And give me another 5 degrees of bank, left-hand turn.
I think the turn coordinator's way off. I think it's floating.
And we bled over into the other airspeed. So
into where?
Where you ended up down in Bravo 1. So let's turn to the north.
Yep. Get out of their practice area.
Yeah.
Is this something I can open in flight for air?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Flip it up, pull it back, and then we'll pull the cup?
No, don't put the cup out.
Okay. Air conditioning.
Okay. All right. Nice. So we did lose a little bit of altitude on that.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that we'll continue to work on. You're pretty good on the speed control, but we did sacrifice some altitude to maintain that speed. So,
right.
So we're going to fly out of it now. Just going to bump to full throttle.
Okay.
Going to nose rise, so you want to make sure that you maintain your altitude, so forward pressure on the yoke, and then we'll slowly start, we're above 80 knots, so we'll let out one click of flaps.
Feel that plane move a little bit more.
And then the second click of flaps. And then start bringing out our trim. So I'll bring out 2 cranks right now.
Okay. Yeah, she's happy at 2.
And as we speed up, we'll
down more,
and we'll pull the throttle back into our cruise speed. All right. Questions about that?
Yeah, pretty straightforward, honestly. Just keep your altitude, stay level.
So that's one thing that we'll continue to work on, just developing the habit pattern of how to get into, how to maintain, and then how to get out of slow flight. And these are, again, we harp on these for 2 reasons. One is to learn to fly the airplane in that environment. But 2, these are tested tasks, so you have to have a level of performance. So we have to train to a level of performance to be able to pass the task.
Right.
So, all right, I am going to take the plane. I have the airplane, and I'm going to demonstrate stalls here.
Okay. Whew. Deep breath.
So we'll pull the throttle back to about 1500. I'm going to demonstrate a power on stall.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm going to climb up to 7500 first.
Anything I need to be worried about with the stalls, or is it the nose is just going to drop on us at one point? Or
yeah, what we'll do is we'll fly. On the power on stall, we're going to induce slow speed, so we'll pull the throttle back to 80 miles an hour.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would just take too long to slow down.
Someone's transmitted.
Yeah, there's...
Feels like the turbulence is smoothed out a little.
Yeah.
For a few minutes.
All right. Now there's some interference on the frequency. So we'll start at 7,500. We'll slow down to 80 miles an hour. I'm going to pull the nose up to where that horizon is, roughly on this sill here.
Okay.
And then we're just going to watch the airspeed bleed off.
Yep.
And the first thing will happen is we'll get the light.
Watching for it. Ooh.
So there's 7,500. Pull the throttle back. Down to 80. I'm going to put in full throttle.
Okay.
Important things to remember is to keep the ailerons neutral. Use your rudder to keep the nose on the track straight.
Okay. 85.
Okay, we already got a stall light here. Okay, full power. And nose is coming up, so we've already got the stall light.
Yep.
So put your hands on the yoke.
Okay.
Start to feel a little bit of the buffet there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, right there. I feel it. Oh,
and there's the nose.
Okay.
So we just let assertively put the yoke forward. And there's our light goes out. The light is very sensitive.
I couldn't see the light because of this.
So once that light is out and you're stable, then throttle is needed for your flight conditions.
Yep.
Restore level flight, restore your altitude. So we lost about 150 to 200 feet on that one.
Yeah.
We'll come back, come down to the southeast here, or southwest, I should say. We'll come back up to 7,500.
That was a power on stall.
That was a power on stall. So that was basically simulating if you were on takeoff or a go around. So one of the situations where something like that might happen is if you weren't able to land, put power in to go around, had trim in for landing, and the trim brought the nose way up, you might get slow and you might not notice that on departure. So this next one is what we call an approach stall or landing configuration stall. So again, we're going to pull the throttle back.
That we might want to mention the turn coordinator is quite floaty.
It's pretty sensitive.
Yeah.
So we're going to put the fuel pump on because we're going to end up going to idle.
Yep.
And we're going to put in 20 degrees of flaps.
Okay.
So we're in our white arc here on the, so we can safe to put in the flaps.
Yep.
We're going to establish about an 80 mile an hour descent I'm going to give myself some nose up trim. Looking for about 500 feet rated descent. I give myself a little more trim here.
Feel a bit of buffeting.
So we're in a decent descent. Okay, I'm going to pull the throttle to idle.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull the nose to the horizon.
There's our light.
There's our light. Okay, put your hands on follow through. There's the buffet.
Oh my.
So throttle immediately goes to max.
Yeah.
The nose comes down, and you have to break that stall. You got to reduce your angle of attack on the wing, so you get lift producing off the wing again. Okay, so we're getting our speed back, so we're slowly let the flaps out. And the fuel pump comes off.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and climb back to 7,500 feet.
And I know spin stalls aren't part of the check ride anymore. They used to be.
Yeah.
I'm glad they aren't. I thought about it. I'm like, that's probably something I should know how to do at some point. Because you never know.
I think spins are fun myself, but
I've been on roller coasters all my life, so it's just getting over that initial.
Yeah.
We got a bit of a.
Yeah. So, bank will increase your stall speed.
Yep.
So, reason for that. Okay, let's have you go through a power on stall, then I think we're going to have to head back.
Okay.
All right, so headed north here. So you have the aircraft.
Okay.
And we'll pull the throttle back. And we'll hold our altitude and look for the speed to decrease to 80.
Okay.
You don't have to really dump the nose on this.
Okay.
Again, the important thing, keep the ailerons neutral, use your rudder to keep the nose tracking straight.
Okay.
And there's okay, throttle's going to come full, and then just pull it up.
Okay.
Put that horizon.
Right on the thing.
Back on the nice firm pull on the yoke right about there.
Yep, buffeting.
There's our light. Keep the back. There's buffet.
Stall. Yep.
And these are mild.
Yeah.
Okay, there's our nose. Nose is hopping around. So let's just recover.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And bring it back to the horizon, keeping our stall light off. There, nice. And pulling our throttle back to a cruise speed. Questions about that?
No, pretty straightforward.
Yeah. The power off stall gets a little bit more
complex.
There's more to it, more moving parts, and as you saw on that one, you can have the tendency. Let's turn around and go back to the south.
AFM.
And so we lost about 300 feet of altitude on that one. Now, the challenge with that is you really don't want to lose very much altitude, because if you're on final approach, you end up getting in a stall, you don't have a lot of airspace below you.
Right, you end up in the ground usually.
So there's a lot more massaging that you might have to do recovering from that stall.
Okay.
But the important thing is learning to recognize that, learning to recover it. So we teach stalls not to go out and do stalls, not to go out and stall the aircraft, but as a familiarization, so that you understand, one, what the airplane feels like as you're approaching a stall, so that you might have a sensual indication that something's not right here. Second, for recognition and recovery. So really it's for stall avoidance. We teach stalls so that you learn to avoid stalls.
Definitely windy over here.
Yeah, we're feeling that wind again, aren't we?
Yep, we were right up there. We were pretty clean.
Yep.
Of course, the big question is, at what point do landings become part of this? Third, fourth, fifth? Depends?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll just progressively work toward that, entering the pattern, flying in the pattern, configuring in the pattern, setting up all on the runway, and then it's just a matter of when I see or I feel like you're ready to, got the control necessary, and you're ready, the conditions are okay, and you're ready to go. And so I'll be talking you through them as we go on, so that you can, what you should do is as I'm talking through them, practice those things. So one of the big things I'll be talking through is getting on a stable approach, setting an aim point, working the throttle and the yoke to maintain our glide slope and our airspeed. And then as we get into that transition phase, doing the initial round out. As you do that initial round out, getting ready for the flare, that's just a little bit of a break in the descent. And then you're watching the visual references. One of the references for the flare is as you get low enough that runway really kind of starts to bloom.
Yep. Yep. Even in the simulator it does.
Okay. So then you want to start your flare. It's just a little bit nose up. Honestly, the nose looks about like this, maybe just slightly higher.
Yeah, because this plane's tilted back just
and so you just want to maintain that altitude or that attitude and let the speed bleed off.
Okay.
And also in that time, you transition your eyes down from your aim point. As you do the round out, you transition from the aim point down the runway. So now you're looking down the runway, maintain your alignment, and it gives you better perception, and you can use your peripheral perception to pick up the descent and could kind of work on controlling the descent. And it's just a matter of maintaining your attitude, letting the speed bleed off, and settling down.
Right.
So you end up with a constant back pressure, slightly increasing the back pressure to maintain that same pitch attitude, and just settle onto the runway. As the speed leads off and you lose that lift, just settle onto the runway. So those will be things that I'll be talking through, and as you follow through, like I say, at the appropriate time, we'll work on your land. So I'm going to pull the throttle back here. We're up at 70, almost 7,800, so we'll start a little bit of a descent. I'm going to pull up the weather.
Yep.
Approach, landing, and departing runway 33. Noticed airmen, increased bird activity in the vicinity of NOCO Airport. VFR aircraft requesting practice instrument approaches. Contact Denver approach on 127.05. Advise on initial contact. You have ATIS information Alpha. ATIS information Alpha, NOCO Tower is in operation on frequency 118.4. Ground control, clearance delivery frequency 121.65. Time 1356 Zulu. Wind calm, visibility 10. Sky conditions clear. Temperature 10, dew point 5, altimeter 2985. Expect visual approach, landing, and departing runway 33. Noticed airmen.
Alcania traffic, Cherokee 98059 is departing practice area Charlie 1 at this time. Alcania traffic.
And that's the airport we're heading straight for, correct?
We are.
Hey, at least I recognized it. That's hard up here. It's a whole different world.
Yeah.
Okay, 749 reported midfield right down.
Reported midfield right down.
So we've got the Budweiser plant right here. That's pretty good reference. That's about 10 miles out.
Report midfield. You'll be number 2 following the Cessna.
Turning
headwind. Distance at a mile. I'll report to this, right?
I got the landing traffic in sight, 325 Sierra Papa.
65 Sierra Papa, runway 33, clear touch and go on the go, left traffic.
Actually, we're going to make this one a full stop for Sierra Papa.
65 Sierra Papa, runway 33, clear to land.
Clear to land, 33, number 2, 325
bring some rudder into this equation.
Sierra Papa is 6 miles to the south.
Okay, 6 Sierra Papa, roger.
NOCO Tower, Cherokee 98059 is 10 miles to the northeast with information Alpha for touch and go, runway 33.
Cherokee 98059, NOCO Tower, enter right downwind, runway 33, report mid-description, report 3 miles out.
Cherokee 98059, report 3 miles out.
Should I be aiming for like halfway on the runway?
So right now, they're setting us up for the right downwind.
Yep.
So if we just aim for where the freeway comes close to the tip of that lake that runs east and west, that's Fossil Creek Reservoir.
Yep.
That point right there will set us up for pretty well for a turn into the right downwind.
Yep, we do have a bit of a stall light happening.
Just let the nose fall here.
Yep. So we're about 500 feet per minute descent.
That's a nice controlled descent. So we're coming down to pattern altitude, 6,000 feet.
Okay.
Tech 41, contact EB, Charlie or Alpha Bravo, monitor ground.
Taxi via Alpha Bravo, monitor ground 41.
So out here we've got the Walmart and Costco shopping center.
Yep.
That's Harmony Road. That's about 4 miles to the north.
Whoa. Got a little turbulent.
NOCO Tower, Sky 20749, midfield, right downwind 33.
Sky 749, you're number 2, following a Cessna, short final, report them in sight.
Got him in sight, 20749er.
749, runway 33, clear to land.
33, clear to land, 749er, 20749er.
Ames 810, you'll be number 3, following a Cessna in the opposite downwind, just turned at midfield.
Yeah, definitely got a bit turbulent, huh?
Traffic in sight, Ames college 813, number 3. Ames college 810.
Ames 810, runway 33, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go.
This was what you were talking about, huh?
Yeah. So if you would like for me to take it anytime, just let me know.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're doing fine. Just like I say, keep the descent coming.
Yep.
And just work on maintaining the wings level when we hit those pockets of air.
Oh, yeah.
We can correct everything else later.
Right. I'm just kind of wings level and us going towards the edge of that reservoir.
NOCO Tower, Skyhawk 118, Foxtrot Sierra, holding short, runway 33 ready.
Tech 118, Foxtrot Sierra, NOCO Tower, hold short of runway 33, landing traffic.
Hold short, runway 338, Foxtrot Sierra.
So as we get up here and make our turn,
Papa contact ground.
Tower ground, 350.
pretty much follow, just outside, just to the east of the Budweiser Center, the ranch. And we'll maintain that heading. On the low wings, I like to use about 2/3 to 3/4 the runway, about 2/3 to 3/4 out the wing line.
Okay.
Is a pretty good spacing.
Hey. Whoa. Woo. She's a bit all over the place trying to keep it stable, but she does not want to stay happy, does she?
Nope. Things are pretty light.
Yep.
It doesn't take a lot of air to move them around. They got big wings too.
Right. Oof. The normal instructions 2 hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and I can go 4, I assume, if I want to pay for 4.
Yep.
Okay. Or longer.
Yep.
I know people have done full days. That's a lot of flying though. And probably at least
right now I would say there's not a lot of it. As we move forward, schedule a 4-hour session when we could do a pretty heavy ground session, and then go fly somewhere around an hour and a half to 2 hours maybe.
Yeah.
The flight, then that would be good. As we move forward into the cross-country phase, then yeah, we'll block a 4-hour phase and about 2 hours out, 2 hours back to go somewhere.
And then night flight?
Night flight, yeah, will come as we get farther along as well.
And we just talk about what days and times work best and look for that, basically?
Yeah, well, as we get moving along. So really what we're looking for is to have you pretty well comfortable with landings, because one of the things you need to do is log
49er contact go.
Over to ground, 749er.
NOCO Tower, Cherokee 98059 is 3 miles out to the northeast.
Cherokee 059 reported midfield right downwind.
Cherokee 98059 report midfield right downwind.
Continue here, or do I need to be
No, just go ahead and start easy right or easy left turn.
Okay. Parallel with the runway.
Yep.
Delta Tower, Skyhawk 1256 uniform is 10 miles east inbound with Alpha.
Holy crap.
Just 1256 uniform, Delta Tower, report 4 miles east for right downwind runway 33.
Oh yeah, nice.
Report 4 miles east for
really
right downwind.
You wouldn't see that on the ground, would you?
Uniform.
Kite 8 Foxtrot Sierra, follow the Archer that's departing ahead of you. Left traffic, runway 33.
Buzz might work, the Chevy dealer down there.
Yeah.
33 clear for takeoff. Follow.
Oh, I told him to try to buzz him.
The start to pick up the perpendicular runway.
Yep.
About midfield, so that's where we'll that's where we will make our call.
And 30 degree or 45 degree turn to the right once we make our call.
Just keep this heading. We're on a good heading. We'll adjust here as we get further into the downwind.
Okay. Well, we're getting pushed left a bit, it feels like.
Okay.
Kind of I'd say that kind of a wind in my opinion.
Okay.
Might be wrong, but you know.
Okay, started just an easy left turn to adjust here to parallel the runway.
Okay.
All right there.
Okay. Trying. If she wants to go right.
NOCA Tower, Cherokee 98059 is midfield right downwind runway 33.
Cherokee 059, runway 33, clear touch and go on the go, make left traffic.
98059, clear touch and go, runway 33 on the go, left traffic.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're not coming on the same runway we came in last time.
We're getting a little bit of a sink right here.
Yep.
So let me take the aircraft for a minute.
Your aircraft?
Get back up here. So we're about a beam 1,000 foot down markers. Mm-hmm. At this point, we're going to turn our fuel pump on.
Okay.
And we're going to put in one click of flaps.
Okay.
And put in a little bit of nose up trim. Start bleeding our airspeed up. We're about
95. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to put another. My line here. Roughly the midpoint of this first lake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead and take the airplane right now.
Okay.
And pull the throttle back just a little bit, get a little bit of a straight going. And about the midpoint there, about a nice easy 20-degree bank turn, just turn toward the mountains.
Turning now. Out there?
Yep.
Level out once I'm towards them.
And just roll out as you're pointed roughly toward those sugar towers over there.
Got it. Rolling out. On our base leg.
Okay, I'm going to second click of flaps.
Stay firm.
We're looking for 85 right now.
82? About 82, so you might want to. Got a runway.
Okay, and then we're just going to drive into, okay, let's back a little bit further to the right.
Yep.
NOCA Tower, Ames College, A10,
and we're getting a little bit slow, a little bit
request full stop.
More relaxation.
Yep. Yeah, we're sitting right around 80.
Traffic, you're following, head into your left about a mile.
Okay,
right
our final approach speed is going to be 80, so we're okay.
Look for that traffic, Ames College, A10.
Start your easy turn to the right.
Yep.
Traffic inside, Ames College, A10.
Gonna get lined up.
A10, number 2, runway 33, clear to land.
Oh, just keep the turn coming.
Number 2, clear to land, runway 33, Ames College, A10.
I feel like I'm way far to the right when that nose lines up, so.
Traffic inside,
Yeah, just ease it to
number 3, runway 33, clear touch and go.
at 3 red, so we're going to add a little bit of power. We're going to drive in a little bit to pick up our glide slope.
Almost lined up. There's 2.
All right, I'm going to take the airplane.
Your airplane.
Go ahead and keep your hands on the controls.
Just
okay, we're going to look at maintaining our glide slope. My aim point's going to be the 500-foot down markers. Okay. So those 3 stripes on each side of the runway.
Excellent.
Looking at maintaining glide slope there. So I'm going to maintain my glide slope with power.
Okay.
And my aim point, my airspeed. A little more nose up trim.
NOCO Tower, Skyhawk 56 uniforms 4 to the east.
We're looking for
straight
80.
down 24 here.
We're about 87.
Uniform report to midfield right downwind, runway 33.
Dropping 84,
Midfield right downwind 33. 56 uniform.
Coming in, a little flat, so coming down.
Oops. All white.
And that drug in there.
Yeah.
So flaps are coming down.
Yep.
Throttle's coming forward.
Okay. I'm letting you, it's your aircraft still.
Yep. Come on the controls and we'll, all right. We're airborne.
NOCO Tower.
Hey, come on, you got the aircraft?
I've got the aircraft.
On the ILS for runway 33, low approach runway, please.
Trying to stay runway heading. Lots of those in my future, huh?
Yep.
Sister 537 November Delta,
Hardest
NOCO
thing
Tower,
is
4 to 4 miles.
finding the runway.
Okay, nose down just a little bit.
Oh,
There
yep.
you go. Right about there.
Yep. He's floaty today.
And that gives you, well, that gives you 9. So a little, just slightly up on the nose.
Yep.
On the Cherokees, it's relatively easy to get a little bit blinded forward.
Yep.
So you do have to keep the nose a little bit higher than some to, we're looking for 85 as our target speed for climb out. And 90 is not bad. 90 is nice cruise climb. But
we're about 86. We're at 86. Sorry, I was reading airspeed wrong. Now we're doing way too much vertical speed.
Ames 810, contact ground.
Contact
5,700 feet, we're going to turn to the left.
Turning left.
Okay, about 20 degrees, nice controlled turn, 20 degrees angle of bank. Just nice smooth turn. Oh, we're going to, and roll out about right here.
Okay.
Toward Longs, roughly toward Longs and Meeker Peak. We're a little bit north of that. But
yep, I see it. I got it.
And then the railroad track down here is a good marker for turning to the downwind.
Okay. Need a little bit of nose down trim.
Okay.
And turning left. I'm not sure on this plane as much as I like the plane. The Cessna I like more.
Okay, well, yeah, that's why you try it.
Exactly.
So 6,000 feet, we're pulling the throttle back to about 2150, we'll see. Okay, roll out.
Yep, someone just took off.
We're a little bit close here.
Yep, we're trying to.
So coming down, basically the
Tower, Skyhawk 56 uniforms,
east bank of
right downwind 33.
Boyd Lake, and I think that we've got wind from the west.
Yep.
So you're going to have to turn crab and a little bit.
7 November Delta, say distance.
A little bit of left rudder.
4 miles from the
No, a little bit of right aileron.
Okay.
7 November Delta, you're number 1, runway 33, clear to low approach. What are your intentions on the go?
Do miss approach and then we'll make a right turn.
Trying to stay level, that's the hardest thing right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's all over the place.
Roger, on the go, right turn to the south is approved.
On the go, right turn to the south, 57 November Delta.
Cessna 56 uniform, you'll be number 2 if on a Cessna inside a 4 mile final, report them in sight.
We're looking for them, and we're number 2, 56 uniform.
Cherokee 059, you'll be number 3 if on a Cessna off your left side, a little bit ahead of you in the opposite downwind.
Where's my wife's going?
Cherokee 98059 will be number 3, looking for the traffic in the opposite downwind, and we'd like a full stop.
Roger.
Wow.
Okay, we got a Cessna on final. Said he was about 4 miles out, so we're going to be driving here for a little bit.
NOCO Tower, Skyhawk 56 uniforms, got traffic in sight.
Cessna 56 uniform, number 2, runway 33, clear to land.
Number 233, clear to land, 56 uniform.
I know they got the air show next week, and I was looking at the schedule trying to figure out when I could book, because my wife's going out of town next weekend. And I'd love to not be bored.
Yeah.
But I know there's a little bit of a TFR. I just not exactly sure when. So if I can book something, I will.
We'll be flying out of Greeley there. So let's just focus on the approach right now. We'll go ahead and configure. We'll get our flaps. Guy on final should be this.
Looking for him.
And the next one is out there. They've made their base turn. I do not.
I don't see anyone. Sun doesn't help, but.
Sunoco Tower 567 November Delta is on the go.
X7 November Delta, roger, right, turn out to the south is approved at your discretion.
Right, turn out to the south approved at other discretion, 567 November Delta.
Cherokee 059, that's us to your phone. Looks like they're about a mile right base. I lost sight of you in the downwind.
8 Foxtrot to your
98059.
on the left downwind.
Okay, let's turn.
8 Foxtrot to your extend downwind.
180?
Extend downwind, 8
Or just
Foxtrot.
You just turn left at 90 degrees.
You were stepped on, say again.
98059 is in the base turn now.
Cherokee 059, roger, I see you now. You're number 2, following that Cessna, runway 33, clear to land.
98059, clear to land, runway 33, number 2.
Just 8 Foxtrot, here you following the Cherokee. Looks like they're about a mile and a half, 2 mile left base, heading to your left.
Turn.
Yep, left turn. I get my nose on that center line like I want to. Oh, that's much better. I like the left ones.
Yeah, okay.
All over the place, though. Oh, my God.
8 Foxtrot Sierra has aircraft on about a 3 mile final in sight.
Just 8 Foxtrot Sierra,
He's floaty, isn't she?
number 2 now, runway 33, clear touch and go.
Trying to keep ahead of her as best
Runway
I
33,
can.
clear touch and go, number 2, 8
There
Foxtrot
we
Sierra.
go.
Sky 7 November
Come a
Delta, do you
little
want to depart
left.
VFR, go back to approach.
All right, am I seeing 3 and 2 or 2 and 2?
2 and 2, it looks like.
Hey.
Yeah.
November Delta,
Did
Noco
something.
Tower, did you want to depart VFR or go back to approach?
Depart VFR, would like to go back to Metro Airport, 537 November Delta.
Sky 7 November Delta, roger, just squawk VFR.
300 foot per minute.
South, remain east of the approach corridor for runway 33.
Yeah, we'll squawk VFR and we'll report when, what was the distance again, 537 November Delta?
Sky 56 uniform, if they will right at Alpha 3, contact ground.
3 white?
Right
3
at
white?
Alpha 3 and over to ground, 56
Just
uniform.
pulling a little bit of throttle out.
Latest information, Bravo's current now altimeter is 286.
About 85 now. Go 3.
I'll take the aircraft
Your
now.
aircraft? Should I follow or let it be?
Yeah, you can go. You can follow.
Feels so much smoother when you're flying, but you have a few more hours than I do.
NOCO ground, Sky 56 uniforms clear of 33 at Alpha 3, going to leading edge.
It's a 1256 uniform, you can taxi via Alpha Bravo, monitor ground.
Alpha Bravo, monitor ground, 56 uniform.
NOCO Tower, Ames College 131, 6.5 east, 6,500 Ames Alpha Bravo.
Ames 131, NOCO Tower, enter right downwind, runway 33, report midfield.
Looking down here.
Report midfield, Ames
Runway.
131, thanks.
Yep.
Line up.
NOCO Tower 537 November Delta is about 3 miles to the south now.
Oh!
November Delta, roger, your frequency change.
I rotated too high. And we lost lift and dropped it in. Oh, the flaps are coming.
Yep.
And brakes.
Yep, all you. Large aircraft, private jets in a sun country out here.
Yeah.
Cherokee 059, contact ground.
Cherokee 90059, contact ground. NOCO ground, Cherokee 98059, taxi from Alpha 2 to leading edge.
Cherokee 98059 and NOCO ground, taxi leading edge, be Alpha Bravo.
Taxi via Alpha Bravo to leading edge, 98059, thanks. Okay, you can take it. Right turn.
Yep. Nose wheel, man, that's sensitive.